Welcome to Fondy Famous. I'm your host, Kelly Norfleet. Today's feature is sponsored by Steve Works Builders, and today I'm here with Don, who is about to eat his 35,000th Big Mac. And so if you would just tell us how you got started eating Big Macs.
All right, I got started eating Big Macs when I was, before I got a car, I was a shoe shiner at South Hills Club, and that was a pretty good job, but that's what I was doing full-time, was shoe shining. And one of the people that I shined shoes for was Walter Roush, and he owned the McDonald's on Military Avenue, and there was only one in Fond du Lac at the time. And he used to tell me all the time, come on, Don, you gotta come to McDonald's, try a Big Mac and stuff like that. And I told Walter, I said, when I get my first car, I'll go to McDonald's and try my first Big Mac, you know. And when I say something, you know, I mean it. So on May 17th, 1972, I got my first car, and then the first place I went to was McDonald's, and I had 3 Big Macs and a shake and a small fry or whatever, and it was less than $2. And I'm sitting there like, wow, these are really good, and I really got hooked on them right away. I was really hooked on hamburger long before I tried a McDonald's Big Mac. But once I hit a Big Mac, then I couldn't get enough of them and stuff. But like I said, when I was working at South Hills Club, for that, at the time, we would get free meals from the chef would cook us whatever we wanted, and I always had double cheeseburgers every day, you know, and they couldn't believe that I could eat the same thing every day, but that's what I like was hamburgers so much. And so it was no big change to go from eating double cheeseburgers, because like I say, they made big ones over at South Hills Club, and then I went to eating McDonald's Big Macs, because it just so happens they quit providing food for the employees at the same time. So everything was falling into place. And then, like I say, once I had my car and I was eating Big Macs, I couldn't get enough of them. And then it ended up I ate 9 the first day, and then I actually ate 9 the next day, and I ate 9 for quite a while, for almost a month before my body kind of calmed down. And then I went to 5, and then shortly right away to 3. And so it was just a matter of like, it was kind of like when you eat chocolate for the first time, you can't eat enough chocolate the first time. And that's the way it was for me with Big Macs. And then so like I say, I ate a lot of Big Macs, and then like I say, I was eating, I went from 5 to 3, and then gradually down to 2, and then I was just eating them every day. That was my...
And now you eat 2 a day?
Right.
Okay. Have you had a South Hills burger since then?
No, I've never had...
South Hills was the last burger you had before?
Well, the last one of theirs, anyhow. I actually, I've had, you could say, at least one burger from a lot of other places. Back in 1984, somebody paid me $5 to try a Whopper at Burger King. So I ate the Whopper and spent the $5 on Big Macs, you know. But I've had one, Tucker's Twofers had a double burger. I've had one of those in my life. That was in 1984. In 1984, it was like I was going to try everything one more time, and Big Macs were still the best, you know. And like I say, even when we were kids, Big Boys were, you know, they had a Big Boy double burger. I always liked those a lot, but like I say, it was Big Macs are a lot cheaper and tasted, you know, just as good to me. So that's what I got hooked on.
Okay, and so now you eat 2 Big Macs a day, and you're about to hit the 35,000th on, is it March 15th?
March 15th, okay. That's correct.
Okay, how are you feeling about that? Are you excited?
Yeah, excited, I guess. You know, like my wife says I worry too much, you know, because like for me, I'm sitting like, oh, what if the weather's bad, you know, and stuff like that. I worry about stuff that I have no control over, and she always gets kind of upset with me because I worry about stuff that I have no control over, and the thing will probably run really smooth, I'm sure, but it's always that I'm afraid it won't run smooth. And you know, it's like I want everybody, if they do come and show up, that, you know, I don't want to feel like they wasted their time.
Right.
You know?
No, it sounds like everyone's excited to join in on that and to check it out.
Well, like I say, I know like relatives and stuff are, because the people that kind of know me know that it's kind of cool. And like I say, you know, when you start getting into huge numbers like 35,000, that's a lot, you know. And
right.
You know, there was always good turnouts at 15,000, at 20,000, whatever. But now it's 35. It's like getting older. Yeah. Who knows how many more I got left, you know? Yeah. So
wouldn't it be cool if McDonald's corporate like just flew on in, came in and watched you or something?
Well, I don't expect that. I say McDonald's has been kind of, what do you call it, coy about it or whatever. But that's all right, because I say I don't expect nothing from them. And the thing is, like for me, I worked real hard my whole life, and my retirement's decent, so I don't feel like anybody owes me anything, you know.
Just doing what you love.
Right.
Like eat what you love, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I think that's probably the question I get asked the most is, do you still have to pay for your Big Macs? And I said, of course I do. And they think that's kind of weird. And I said, well, for me, it's good because just think if I got my Big Macs and stuff for free, and then poor people come into McDonald's and they have to pay for theirs, and that part would really bother me. So I'm just happy to pay for them, and that way I don't feel like I'm being privileged over the poor or anything like that.
Right. That's a good way to look at it.
Yep.
But you're still a huge fan of McDonald's. You have some stuff that you've collected from them. Is there anything that stands out? I know you've showed me a bunch today, but is there anything that stands out as like one of your favorite pieces, do you think?
Well, as far as, like for me, I just love the cartons, like I say, I save all the cartons from the Big Macs I eat, and it's like kind of neat how the cartons changed over the years and stuff like that. Like I say, the Military Avenue McDonald's has had 56 different cartons since I started eating Big Macs there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat when they have a new design and stuff like that. But the thing that always touches me the most is the gifts that I get from fans and stuff. And so I think the gift that touches me probably the most is that Ronald McDonald doll that up there that Mr. Cupertino gave to my brother to give to me before he passed away, and he just wanted to make sure that I got his favorite Ronald McDonald doll and stuff like that. So whether it's worth a lot of money, who cares? The thing is, it's a gift, and it's like something I would could never sell, because like for me, any gift I get from anybody, I'm going to save it.
Yeah, that's very sentimental. You have like a whole wall in here. We'll have more videos on that too, but you can check out a lot of the gifts that he's received right behind us. Really cool to see stuff from all over the years.
Yes, right, yeah. So yeah, like this year coming up, it'll be 53 years of eating Big Macs every day. So yeah, it's amazing that probably I'm still alive, but
when people ask you mentioned you made a joke about the heart attack thing, like people always joke about that, but you seem to be very healthy.
Oh yeah, I've been doing fine. Yeah, like I actually haven't seen a doctor in years.
Knock on wood, right?
Yeah. Well, like for me, my wife is a nurse practitioner, so it's kind of like living with a doctor. So if she felt something was wrong, then I'm sure she'd let me know. So and then other things like are kind of cool is I proposed to my wife at McDonald's, which was that was kind of cool. So actually, like when they tore down the old McDonald's and they put up the new one, they put the new one right over the spot where I proposed to her, which was also the spot where I ate my very first Big Mac. Wow. It was a place that when I was in parking spot number 3, that was a comfortable spot for me. And when they built the new one, they put it right over that spot. And so actually when you go to McDonald's, most of the time when I eat a commemorative Big Mac, I'll be sitting in that chair because that's the spot where I ate my first Big Mac and I asked her to marry me and stuff like that. So it's a kind of a cool spot.
Yeah, huge.
Yep.
Goodness. And you've just been to so many things over the years, the NFL games and the different stadiums and the different locations and travels with the Big Mac. So it's really been such a huge part of what you've done.
Right. Yeah, it's like a lot of people probably won't understand it. I'm obsessive compulsive, of course, but it's not a disorder unless it's hurting you. And for me, it just makes me do stuff that a lot of people wouldn't consider, normal and stuff. And like I say, eating the Big Macs every day. But the thing is, like for me, it's something in my head said I had to eat a Big Mac at every Major League Baseball park and every National League football stadium and at every NASCAR track. And so that's what I did.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have similar things like that, It's like Taylor Swift concerts. You go to all sorts of different ones.
Right. Yeah. Like I say, whatever drives you, and like I say, like for me, working at the prison so many years like that, if for me it was a release just to get away from all the crap at the prison, was just to go travel and eat a Big Mac at a place like a new stadium and stuff like that. So you would notice that, like I say, if you worked with me during, like I say, I was a prison guard for 25 years, and if you worked with me, you would notice that I really look forward to my trips because you deal with so much crap at the prison every day that when you get your vacations, you really treasure them. And they've been, like I say, I enjoyed going to all the parks and stuff.
Yeah, so you would take vacation from work and then go and travel and then come back and kind of tell everyone about it?
Right, yeah. The thing is, like, they always had a kind of a joke around the prison. If Gorske isn't at the prison, he's out of the state, which is probably true. But like I say, with the prison, we worked so much overtime. I mean, and in a way, that was good because it paid for all my vacationing and stuff. And like I say, we made so much money on overtime because it was endless, So but it was nice that we could use it for our trips and stuff.
Right. And just to explore the world and
Yep.
to be able to check all those things off the list.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you for having me and for showing me your collections and telling me about your upcoming the 35,000.
Yep, you're welcome.
Do you ever get like a different kind of Big Mac or anything, or is it just always the exact same?
Always the exact same team. Yeah, it's what I like. Like I say, if you come in, like somebody like you would come to that event on 35,000, and you watch me eat a Big Mac, a lot of people say, I always look like I'm eating one for the very first time. So I guess that's the best way to describe it. I love them so much that if you watch me, eat them, and it's like, wow, I really enjoy these. So,
Good. Well, if you love what you do, right?
that's right.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate this.
You're welcome.